What is up, fam? It's your boy, TheCKtrain, and we are back for the second episode of our Supercoach League. Today we'll be looking at the team list and the tipping for each round one of the NRL Dream. Starting off with the Parramatta Eels against the Brisbane Broncos. For Supercoach, we'd say no for Sammy Radradra, as his $523,000 odd price tag with the likes of Michael Jennings inside him is probably a big no-no, and Tepai Morella, still being young, having the occasional injury on his shoulder. Interesting enough, however, Nathan Peats is probably going to be playing 80 minutes at hooker, with Kaiser Pritchard as 18th man, and Corey Norman playing pretty good in his pre-season form, with Michael Gordon a potential to go back in with Supercoach ways. Greg Eden and the whole bench of the Brisbane Broncos are probably a no-no. Wayne Bennett isn't known to be good at Supercoach there, as Jack Reed will be coming back soon. Josh Maguire and James Roberts possibly being injured, going back into old form, and Corey Parker at Supercoach great. Probably for round one, I'd tip the Broncos to win this match. Looking at game 2, we have Manly Seagulls against the Bulldogs. Although Nathan Green and Matt Parcell are cheapiest of the Manly, I don't rate them, as Matt Parcell is coming off the bench, and Nathan Green at the Dragons was never an outstanding player for me. Interesting enough, however, Martin Tapau is a great player, probably to shake up that Manly side, and although Brenton Lawrence wasn't named in the side, you could take a bit of a risk on him. He's still $160,000, not very expensive. And of course, for the banter, we have Pelletti Mateo as our Supercoach legend. Although he was great in the past, just no. Now for the Bulldogs, I'm saying no goes to James Graham and Michael Leisha. James Graham in the past has had some pretty serious injuries, and yeah, I don't think his price is good enough to justify it. Will Hopewada and Josh Morris could be very good turning points for this Bulldog side, as Brett Morris is out for a few months. But okay, and again, James Graham could be a good buy, as I tip the Bulldogs for this match. Raiders and Panthers, interesting match. Probably taking the Panthers for this one due to Phil Gould. But looking at Supercoach, we have Sean Fenton, Seoul, and Iasa Soliola as no-goes. John Fenson's not going to be playing enough minutes, and Soliola is playing off the bench. Interesting enough, you could take a risk on Shannon Boyd and Joey Leilua. Potential to go off in their off night. Probably not against the Panthers because of their great forward pack. Could be interesting. Jared Croker, great centre who kicks conversions. Where can you go wrong there? Jamie Soward and Elijah Taylor. Okay. Elijah Taylor coming off the bench, Jamie Soward just no go to fantasy. Interesting enough, however, Trent Merrin was named at lock, and Tyrone Peachy could be a potential point of difference off the bench. And Josh Mansour probably coming back to his best form now for the Panthers. Now, West Tigers, Warriors. Jack Littlejohn was named in front of Luke Brooks, just don't go on him. And Bernard Charrington, I don't think his price will rise enough to justify trading him out of his side. But Jordan Rankin got a spot with Pat Richards. He could be a potential great at 5'8" or fullback. And Tim Grant and Chris Lawrence could be solid players that give you points week in, week out, with James Tedesco obviously the Supercoach legend. For Warriors, it was interesting enough to see Bodine Thompson named on the bench, and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck's price is too high for his new spine, with Ben Henry and Sean Johnson probably being good potential difference players, and Simon Menring, our legend. I'll probably tip Warriors just because their song looks a bit better on paper, but yeah, we'll have to see for this match. Cowboys Sharks, probably going to be the most exciting round of football this weekend, as to have a little bit of revenge to settle the Sharks. Cowboys, they don't have a great fantasy Supercoach squad, although Ben Hammond and John Asiata are playing good of late. Fullback option is Lachlan Coote and hooker Jake Granville. You could put them in their sides. They're solid players without being outstanding, giving you consistent enough scores week in, week out. For the Sharks, don't go with Valentine Holmes or Jared Beal. Okay, they're good players in the NRL, but Jared Beal 18-man, Valentine Holmes not very consistent at all. Ben Barber, although Andrew Fafita could be outstanding players this year for Supercoach. While Paul Gallen is a Supercoach great, I don't advise you buying him. His price is probably a bit too high for my liking. He'll drop. But yeah, I'm tipping the Sharks for that game. Next round, Sydney Derby, Roosters, Rabbitohs. Tucker, Joe Burgess named on the bench. Don't go there. It's interesting enough that the backline for the Roosters are pretty cheap, like Latrell Mitchell, Dale Copley, and Aiden Guerra is seeing some great form coming into this match. Supercoach legend Blake Ferguson, very, very risky option. If you think he can perform at fullback, good for you. Rabbitohs, Heimel, Cunt, and Arval. I don't see them as good players, and Arval named on the bench. Both hookers will be sharing minutes, do not go there. Kyle Turner could be interesting playing at lock, but as George Burgess and Tom Burgess would come into recent weeks, doubt he'll stay there going to the bench, a bit of a risky option. Adam Reynolds' kicking game looks like it's back. And of course, Supercoach legend Sam Burgess. I'm thinking the Rabbitohs look a bit stronger than the Roosters do at the moment. Second last game for round 1, Titans. Newcastle probably going to be the most boring game, although Newcastle Knights have some great fantasy options. Titans just don't go to Josh Hoffman and Ryan James, obvious reasons. Agnes Parsi could be a good player for Supercoach. He's playing a prop though, which is a bit of concern. I see him a bit more of a second roller. Nathan Davies is a cheapy backline player. Can't really have any legendary Supercoach players in Titans squad. That's why question marks on Redbird. Tarek Sims isn't playing. Pat Mataudia also will probably be taken over by his brother. Interesting enough, Dane Gagai is a very solid player for this Knights side, and Sam Mataora playing at prop could make you some serious profit. And Kate Thurden, consistent player, not much more to say about that. Probably tipping the Knights, tipping Titans to be wooden spoon this year, that's why. Last game of the weekend, my favourite, Storm vs Illawarra Dragons. I tipped the Dragons based on bias, but looking at Supercoach, Richard Kenner, very awkwardly priced centre, and Billy Slater is not a certain to map. That's why no go for them. Dale Finucane could see an increase minutes as the likes of Jesse Bromwich is also offloading machine. As I said before, Cam Smith, Supercoach great. No grows in the great. Although I love Ewan Aiken and Mitch Rain, they're not playing enough minutes, or Ewan Aiken's playing too far out on that wing. He can get a few tries, but I don't see he's tackling as much as what he did last season. Tim Laffey, I advise you not to go off last week, but $230,000 is a bargain if he plays back to that 2014 form that he did at the Bulldogs. And Benji Marshall has a lot to prove for this Dragons side, so he could be a cheap player to go off. Of course, Supercoach legend Josh Dugan. Yeah, let's have a look at my team. Most notably, we have Ben Barber and Jordan Rankin at the fullback spots. Ben Barber, world-class player for the Bulldogs. I think his price and the points he will be scored is justified to be the starting fullback for our side. We see Tim Laffey come into our side. We see Davis come into our side and Ben Henry. Yeah, and apart from that, no really much changes. Probably underperforming backline to say the least. I'm hoping these guys will make big money and I'll catch up later in the round. But yeah, let's have a look at the forward pack. In our forward pack, we can see Jaden Nikorima swap out for Matt Parcell from his half position. We see Martin Tapau come into our side, and we also see David Bahana come into our side and Manaora. You might say that I have too many Knights players now. I feel like David Bahana, if you sell my Newcastle Knights career mode against the Warriors, he could be a player that could be deadly, you can watch out for, same as Paulie coming off that bench. And yeah, Sam Burgess, captain. I predict him to have a good one against the Roosters. And yeah, I'm your boy, TheCKtrain. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, peace.